Hi, my name is Ashley Dillahunty, and today I am going to be discussing about enforcing trade classes in schools such as middle school and high schools. And before I go any further, this is my audience. I have my brother and my mom, and my dad is somewhere in the kitchen, so that's great. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So some of you might be like, what is a trade class, or what is that all about? And so my whole background knowledge about it is that I believe that by enforcing trade classes in schools would allow students to not only be able to react better to everyday life, but also to help provide to their community and society. And it also helps them see what they're passionate about, to really understand if they would rather do maybe welding versus construction. So like a wood shop or even a pottery class would be great for those different types of industries or line of work, for them to understand if they want to do that or not. And so going further, I was able to have the privilege to actually speak with the Secretary of Education when I was a sophomore in high school. So me and four other kids were on a panel, and we were asked questions, but we were also given the chance to ask questions to the Secretary of Education. And one of them was, why don't we have trade classes in school? And his main response was the fact that there was no more funding, or there was no more need for this type of academics to be used in schools today. And so we had to come up with an argument for him to see that students were still passionate about those certain things. So for example, like if a student wanted to go into construction work, they could start with a woodshop class, and they could start with a building class maybe in middle school, and then go into a wood shop in high school. And so during that transition period from middle school to high school, a student, it goes through a huge change, and it really helps them really integrate what they want to do and work towards their studies. It's not really necessarily to say that math and writing aren't important. Those are like the basics, but there's been a large gap between students in the recent years, that at least 75% of students from high school that go into college don't know what they want to do. And so they choose a university that maybe their parents went to, or their friends are going to, or maybe even a spouse that's going to. But they have no idea what they want to do, so they spend thousands and thousands of dollars on classes that they don't really need to take. And it's just the basic classes, and so they feel forced, or the need to go into university, because that's what society tells them to do. And I know in a recent speech I did, I talked about how the anxiety level of a high school student today is the same as a psychiatric patient in the 1950s. Like, society puts so much on students today to make a decision while they're in high school, to know what they want to do before they go to a university. And that's why trade classes are so beneficial, because a student is able to really work their way up in that line of work, whether it's, like I said, wood shop, or even a home ec class where they learn how to make different dishes if they want to be a chef, or just learning how to sew and be crafty and things like that. And so by understanding that line of work, and they move up in the business, if you will, like the career path, they're able to understand, oh, this is something I really want to do, or no, this is not what I want to do. And it gives also a substitution from a PE class or a basic art class like drawing. Not many students really enjoy drawing unless they're trying to get out of PE. And so by having these different courses allows students to really indulge themselves into different work environments. So by working in a different environment, they either have to choose to work with a group of people or work by themselves, which helps prepare them into adulthood when they decide they want to get a job. Most students, they start out working in a fast food industry, and they have to work as a team. And so by understanding in a woodshop class, if they're making a birdhouse or a picnic table, they learn how to work together as a unit to be able to accomplish that goal. And so by understanding that trade classes not only open doors to like opportunities for different expertise of knowledge that a student might want to know, but it also helps prepare them just in their community. It helps benefit society in the fact that they're going to be able to maybe pull over and help change a tire, or learn or remember the things that they learned in their welding or mechanics class in their high school, season of life where they understand, oh, I know how to do this. And so by understanding those different things, not only does it help them make a decision on whether they want to go to a college or like a university or a community college or maybe even just a trade school itself. Like they realize they really want to do this, and so they're just going to go pursue that and put their money into that. And it helps a student overall be less distressed. So they are going to be able to figure out what they want to do and understand how this is going to benefit their community and society, as well as help them understand what their passion is versus being in pain from the money that's being drained from their pocketbook or the time that's being spent on something that they don't know what they want to do, or maybe they thought they wanted to do but they realized it wasn't their true passion. And so by understanding those different things and allowing trade schools to be like integrated into middle and high school, I think it would help benefit not just a student but society as well. And so by understanding those different components, it can really help benefit a child's life as well into their adulthood years. And that's my little spiel about that. I hope you agree or side with me, or maybe are more eye-open to that as a possibility for students all over different schools in the nation. And so here's my audience again. There's my brother and my mom. And that is all. Thank you.